Good day, everybody. All right, as usual, there are people who are now still trying to unalive me because nobody can take accountability. Um, Sandy guided the FBI to the safety deposit box that I've been discussing, that I believe was at the Bank of America, thinking that they would now see that she was indeed the true inheritor of things. When actually what they did find was the original will from my grandfather, naming me as the sole inheritor, showing that the documents that she produced to the courts are now false documents. Tommy was shot by the FBI. He is he's in their custody. He did make a phone call before he was put in, and that phone call was to his down-low lover, Tim, who have this plan now to call my daughter and have her talk to me so that she can tell them where I am. That's their thinking. The FBI is going to reach out to my daughter to let her know that this is something that they're planning to do. No offense, but I wouldn't tell her anyways. Not because I don't love her or trust her. It's because I know how these people work, and they want to unalive me. Sandy is now being shown as Tommy's mother. I thought they were cousins. The eyes. There's something about the eyes. They're exactly the same eyes. She's his mom. She was pregnant with him when she was saying that she was pregnant with me, that time frame, 69. So she truly is the father of Satan. Or the mother of Satan. I'm sorry. I'm not thinking straight right at the moment. The Utah Mormons, Masons. It's good to see you too. Thank you. They are now thinking that they need to unalive me like everybody else thinks that they want to. Because everybody wants to stop me from my purpose, and they want to shut me up. These people bit the apple, so to speak, took money to come against me, spiritually attack me, putting themselves in my energy, which means if you put yourself in my energy, I'm going to expose you, which I did. I exposed them, their false religion, their actual cover for human trafficking. So now they want to unalive me because they took money to come against me, for me to expose them, for them to now be shown for what they really are, and now they want me to be unalived. Seems about right. This whole thing of everybody's doing everything to me, but everybody wants me to be the one that's unalived. So they can just shut me up and they can go on about their merry way and have and do and whatever they think they can and have and do. But they're all stuck. They're all stuck. House arrest, isolation. Some of these people have passed away. Some of these people have passed away by their own hands. And these people are still coming for me. Still hiring other people to come for me. Never ending. BS. It's just, there are more people are about to pass away because it's time for me to step into my purpose, and I am in alignment for that now. And no matter what they do, their dirty little deeds and their thoughts and their projections that they're sending at me, they aren't working anymore. They're not working anymore. There's so much corruption If you can't go to the cops, who can you go to? I've gone to the cops in 4 different states. I have a death threat on my phone that I tried to take to the police, and they told me that the only thing that they could do was write an incident report. They never even came to look at it. They never even came to read it. So if you can't go to the cops, who can you go to? There are so many people involved. It's ridiculously impossible to even begin to name every single person that's involved in this. Friends, family, doctors, lawyers, judges, cops, government officials. Have y'all been watching the whole Diddy thing on TV? This is this. This is what this is. That Allie Carter. This is this. This is what they do to people who speak the truth. This is what they try to do to people. They try to take them out. They do everything they can to make them look and sound and be something that they're not. They set a narrative of your life, hoping that you're going to fall into all of these narratives because of the things that they do to you. You can't even imagine the hell that I have been through in my life because of what these people have done. All because of money. Because of money. Because these people want what is rightfully mine, what's been rightfully mine since the moment I was born, my spiritual gifts, the gifts that were given to me by my grandfather, the inheritances that I've acquired through my life from being a good person. These evil SOBs have taken from me by setting a narrative, always having me to be the one to move away and try to get away from these people so that when I left, they could be like, see, we told you she's guilty because she took off running. She's running. I was running to get away from these people who keep trying to make my life hell, to try to get a new start. But every single time they follow me, every single time they know exactly where I'm going, and they're ready for me when I get there. They were ready for me in Tennessee, and they were ready for me in Trinity. Money is not the root of all evil. It's the love of money that is the root of all evil. Money is something we all need in order to be able to survive. Money itself is just an energy. It's a piece of paper. It's the people behind the money that they love, that money. They love money more than they love themselves. They love money more than they love the people in their lives. They love money more than they love God. It's the love of money, the greed. And now I'm being told something about a movie. They're trying to make a movie off of my life in order to benefit more financially. I did not give the okay for that. This is my life. This is my story. And no one has the right to make a movie about my life without my saying so. I do not give anybody the right to do that. And if I find out that somebody's doing that, then I will do what I need to do. And these people are reaching out to me now. They're reaching out. They're trying to get my family involved, my daughter, the only family I have left. She's still not talking to me because she can't decide whether or not she believes this. But who can? Who can believe it? There's this news this thing on the news about this little girl that was found in Texas in a locked in a cage under the Christmas tree. And that's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking. And everybody that's watching that news with me, they're all like, oh my God, that's evil. Oh my God, that's evil. Well, you know what? Sandy did that to me for weeks on end and fed me spoiled cat food, electrocuted me in that crate. It is evil. This woman is pure evil. Her offspring is pure evil. Her family lineage is pure evil. And all they love and all they care about is themselves and money. And up until, I don't know, maybe 7 years ago, I had no clue. 4 years ago is when I realized that they are into the dark arts, that they're a cult. And they're involved in all of the darkness, in all of the human trafficking. What they did to me when I was little, I didn't realize all of that until I was almost kidnapped again 4 years ago by Sandy's son, Tommy, who was waiting for me in Tennessee when I got there. With the coven and the Masons. I've mentioned this before, but I went to a priest in Tennessee, in Homewell, Tennessee. I went to the Catholic priest, and I was telling him, I said to him, do you know that there's a coven here? And he said, you'd be hard-pressed not to know that. And I said, well, I didn't know that until I just found out that they're after me. And he told me to run, that evil wins every time. That's what a Catholic priest told me, that evil wins every time. And I knew at that moment that there was something very, very, very wrong with that priest. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's got his pockets being lined by the coven and the Masons. People don't know what human trafficking is. I actually had a conversation today with somebody who asked me, what exactly is human trafficking? Anything you do to a human being against their will, like putting cameras in their house when they don't know about it, that's human trafficking. Selling videos and images of a human being without their will being involved in it, without their knowing that that's even happening. And then once you know about it, what are you going to do about it? Cops weren't doing anything about it. They wouldn't even stop the person who was stalking me across the street taking pictures. It was my job to secure my own privacy, is what they told me. There's no help. There was no help. There's been no help. My whole life, I've been telling people things that have been going on in my life from the time I was a child, trying to get somebody to pay attention, to listen. Nobody believed me. Nobody ever believed me. I suffered so much abuse as a child, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, psychological abuse from these people you couldn't even imagine. But I am one hell of a strong woman, and I never let these people win. I got involved in smoking marijuana when I was a teenager because I wanted to run away. I couldn't believe that this was my life, that no matter what I did, it was never right. No matter what I did, I could never accomplish, I could never get past a certain level. And I've mentioned that so many times. I could never get past a certain level. I'd get to here, and if I even tried to go a little bit higher, I'd get knocked down. Every single time. Statistically impossible, by the way, for a person to fail every single time. That is statistically impossible. And I have had people working against me my entire life to keep me from rising, from waking up. And now I'm awake, and now they want me unalived. Because I am telling everybody exactly what it is that they're doing, how they're doing it, why they did it, the love of money. That's why they did it. My spiritual gifts. That's why they did it. Kidnapped as an infant and tortured. Human trafficked. Sold by my mother for the highest bidder. Whatever she needed at that time. Rent money, drug money. I wouldn't be surprised if it was sometimes just out of pure hatred. For nothing other than the joy of watching it happen to me. I am certain that there were times that happened. Because the woman has nothing but contempt and hate toward me. She doesn't even know how to love herself. She doesn't even know who she is. She has been pretending to be me for so long, she doesn't even have her identity. She doesn't know who she is. I've always known who she is. One of the most evil human beings I've ever known to exist in my life other than Tommy. And there are people that are following right behind them that are running close seconds and thirds. People I loved and people I trusted who took money to harm me, to hurt me, to lie about me, to cause nothing but trouble and pain and turmoil. People who dated me to purposely create drama in my life. People who married me for no other reason than to make my life as much hell as they could make it, so that they could keep me from my purpose. Fighting human trafficking is only a part of my purpose. I have an amazing destiny, and they know it. And that is why they want so much to keep me from stepping into it. But not this time. Not this time. I am in alignment. And there isn't anything that you can say or anything that you can do, confirmation, that is going to make me disbelieve that God has my back. You can't do anything. You can't do anything to me anymore. They think they have these plans, and I'm sharing these plans with you because I want the FBI to know that I know. They know about the plan that Tommy and Tim have because they recorded the conversation when Tommy got his phone call. That's right, Tim. They know. Now what? Now what are you going to do? Because now you're in on the plot to unalive me, Tim. Now what? Y'all keep stepping in your own crap and then blaming me for it. You keep coming for me, and you keep ending up right in the trap that you're trying to set for me. And then you want to unalive me because of your own stupidity. Because you don't want to take accountability. And thank you, Robin Hood, for believing in me. I did have people in my life that, total strangers, that saw the child that I was and tried to do something. But when you have the Masons covering everything up and in the right places, child protective services, judges, lawyers, when you have those people in places of power, when somebody did try to help me, there was a woman who did try to help me. I don't know where Mother and I were at that time. But when she came down and the woman said, your daughter is a good kid. She's so sweet. She's a good kid. My mother snatched me up by the arm like I was a rag doll and yanked me out of that place. And that woman saw that my demeanor from when I was there with her alone to the demeanor that when my mother showed up in that room, how I instantly shut down. And she went to somebody and she told them what she saw, and they tried to help me. But the Masons helped cover it up. If you can't go to the cops because of the corruption, then where is a person like me supposed to go? Where is a person in my situation supposed to go? What are we supposed to do? Lay down and die? That's what they want, and that's what they hope for. They want you to feel so alone and so isolated and so knowing that there is no one to help you, which is how I have felt my whole life, that there's no one to help me. But here I am, still fighting and still trying to find a way to find help for myself and for other people who are in my situation, who are dealing with this. Those victims of Diddy that are dealing with this. Literally running for your life. And if you don't have intuition, and if you don't listen to that intuition, well, you're going to end up unalive, just like these people want. My intuition and my ability to be able to hear my God are the things that are keeping me alive, and the protection that the Creator has over my life is what is keeping me alive. And the FBI is working on things. And I'm sure that they can't even believe the things that these people have done to me. And this is probably only the stuff that they know of right now. Because I'm betting there's a lot more that they don't know. I'm betting on it. Thank you. Yeah, their tongue has spoken so much evil over my life and said a narrative about me that it was so not true. And people who knew me believed it because they wanted to. Because there was something inside of them that had felt some kind of way about me, so they wanted to believe it. The people who truly knew me, and if there were even any people who really truly loved me, they know that none of this is right. Do you know most people in my situation don't live? They turn to drugs. They turn to alcohol. They have death wishes. I don't look like what I've been through. I have to go. Bye, y'all.